Ladies and gentlemen, we have made it. This is the last week of the regular season, and this is Sidelined episode 17 with Jonny and Noah. I am Noah.
And I'm Jonny. In this episode, we have some news around the league, personal foul, and some burning questions, so stay tuned.
Yep, starting off, we got some news around the league. To start off, there's a major headline, and this is kind of common at this point with J.J. Watt coming back from injury, which was supposed to be a season ender, but he's going to be back for the Cards postseason run. This is the second time he's done this.
Yeah, and then another player similar to that, Derrick Henry, the King, is also back.
He is back.
He practiced Wednesday.
He was expected to come back maybe 2 weeks before, but a foot injury
Watt
serious.
Was not really supposed to.
Yeah,
so
J.J.
really
Watt,
big for them.
He's done this with Houston for their playoff run about 2 years ago, I believe, in 2018, 2019 or something like that.
That's correct.
So, I mean, it's very impressive to see that he's back, but he should have a big impact on that defense, who's been struggling as of recent.
And another big headline this week, Antonio Brown has been released due to his situation that went on in the last couple weeks.
His antics on the field, you could say.
And with that comes personal foul. Boneheaded plays and things throughout the week. This goes to Antonio Brown for leaving the game in the third quarter, taking his jersey, his shoulder pads off, and ending up
running shirtless into the tunnel.
We'll have the photo here so you guys can see that. But that's pretty crazy. So he gets a personal foul for this week.
But a whole lot of stuff happens behind that situation. I mean, he's called out Bruce Arians, Tom Brady's trainer.
It's true.
Some
also
of the
suing
players.
Some people.
Suing, really?
Yeah, I've heard that he's suing some people.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not surprised.
The TB12 company and things like that. But,
he apparently
is he wrong in this situation though? They said he was injured, but we don't really know.
There's a lot of situations that come with it. I think he's wrong in the suing because they gave him his money back apparently.
Yeah,
so there's no reason for that. Bruce Arians, it doesn't seem like he really ignored it, but he did release text messages between Arians, and we all know that they had a toxic culture kind of together.
Yeah.
I think he's a little right. I mean, he was right about the Raiders when he left them. The Steelers, I don't think he was too right about the Steelers when he left them, honestly, but they were, But he hasn't been entirely wrong, but he's obviously very flashy with how he shows it, but he's been right so far, and honestly, Buccaneers kind of look like that too, but he also called out Tom Brady for being a fake friend.
Yeah,
but
only a friend on the field.
But that's exactly what Tom Brady does with most of his friends. The only person he really, I think he considers a true friend to hang around is Gronk, honestly.
Yeah, I know. And they're not even that. It seems like they're not really a match because he's the party type and Tom Brady's like a workaholic.
Yeah, exactly.
But besides that, moving forward into our last segment, what do we have?
Burning questions. And for the first one, we have who should be Offensive Rookie of the Year. I mean, it's
pretty obvious at this point.
After the past 2 weeks, it's got to be Jamar Chase. After the first couple of weeks of the season, I think he broke the rookie receiving record. I feel like that's obviously enough.
266 or 280.
The only thing that Mac Jones has that's really remarkable is he's near the completion percentage record for a rookie, but he doesn't got the yards, he doesn't have the touchdowns. I don't think he's impressive enough to win that. And I know quarterbacks usually are favored in this award, but I think Jamar Chase just looks too good to lose this one.
He does. He looks phenomenal. And our next question, are we overrating the Colts?
I think so, a little bit. I think their defense is great. I think their running game is stellar, but we've seen what happens when they stop Jonathan Taylor. I mean, Jonathan Taylor, stopping him is still making him run for 100 yards, but it's stopping the big runs because he gets the carries like Derrick Henry. He gets fed, but stopping him from the big runs, that takes away a big part of their offense. And Carson Wentz looks great at times, but other times he looks a little shaky. Obviously he's better than a lot of the average starting quarterbacks in the league, but I don't know if we can consider them Super Bowl contenders all the time. I mean, their defense looks great, but there's a lot of holes that kind of happen, and they lost to the Raiders. I mean, the Raiders have been struggling.
That is true.
A lot recently.
I'm going to say no, we're not overrating them. I think they're a very good football team. They're very complete, and they're good in all three phases of the game. Only bad part about their offense is when they take Jonathan Taylor out of the game, and it's putting all the weight on Carson Wentz's shoulders, and if he can handle it or not. That's the only question I have about this team.
There's some injury concerns too.
They're a very good squad.
Yeah. Would you consider them a Super Bowl contender?
I'm not sure if I'm there yet. I think they're definitely into the playoffs, obviously, but I don't know how well they can do or who they can compete up against.
I think if they didn't have that slow start, they might be in that conversation. But they lost. They were 0-5 at one point, or 2-5, something like that.
Really slow.
It was a pretty tough start,
Yeah.
but And finally, our last question: what are your thoughts on the extra week 18?
Personally, I like it. However,
More
it
football.
ruins. Yes, I like it because of this more football, but it ruins the OG stats in the history
It
books.
ruins the integrity of these
Because now everyone can
records
have
that were
asterisks
broken.
next to it.
Exactly.
Like one that you were telling
I
me
was
about before.
just before I was talking about how frustrating it is to see that Tom Brady is going to have yet another record that Drew Brees owned in the past, and that's Tom Brady's like 15 completions away from having the most completions in a season in history, but he has the extra game, and it's kind of frustrating to see those things because Tom Brady is great, of course, but he needs the extra game to do it, and this is one of Tom Brady's like best seasons passing wise. It seems like but.
He looks really
15 short is still 15 short, I believe. But
in a 16-game season.
yeah, so now when you really look at records, you're going to now have to look at what was their average in the season, like average per game or something like that. Instead
Thomas
of
had some games where he was up to 30 or 40.
yeah, like he had
So-
he was very pass heavy this year. That's what I'm saying. Like the fact that he's still 15 shorter than Breeze, and this is a longer season. I still think that Breeze should hold that record, but
I agree with that.
that stuff will fall. I mean, what about Cooper Kupp? Cooper Kupp, I don't think he's going to break the record, but
he's gonna be damn close.
same with
really will
there's just a lot of records going on that just I don't know. I think it's great because more football, but I also think it's kind of weird. I don't know. It's going to take a lot of getting used to see the odd numbers on the board with their win-loss ties, all that.
And the passing yards over a lot more quarterbacks throwing over 5,000 yards.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's just definitely going to be really odd going forward. But
yeah, I think
that's pretty much it. That really wraps up this episode.
Yep.
Trying to stay short and sweet for you guys. To have your attention throughout the whole video.
Yep. Stay tuned because we're going to be coming out with a playoff video.
Yes, real soon.
Once
After
we
this week's
figure out
games.
what happens, because there's a lot of clinching scenarios in the
Gotta
AFC,
wait.
one in the NFC, but
Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. All
Yep.
these games.
And we'll get you guys ready for Wild Card Weekend.
Yeah.
Super Wild Card Weekend.
That's true. Super Wild Card Weekend. So stay tuned.
Yep. Check our link tree down below, and peace.
Peace out.